Dylan Webb gets pulled over in beautiful sunny Florida, and he wasn't speeding, doesn't have a flat, both taillights intact. I'll just let Officer English tell you why he pulled him over.
My name's Deputy English. Hey man, the reason I'm pulling you over is your derogatory sticker on the back of your truck.
Derogatory sticker on the back of his truck. And Officer English ain't gonna stand for it. He's gonna be on the right side of history. Now, I don't know if this is TOS or if I'm even allowed to say these words, but his sticker says, I eat ass, which I really wouldn't consider derogatory. My only objection would be, in this Florida heat, rain, sleet, or sun, he is funneling the buns. Put this man in the rafters. You know how many colon cocktails you gotta slam back to purchase a decal announcing it? This entire arrest is insane to me, and yes, he will be put in cuffs for this shortly.
How's it not derogatory?
It's words.
It's words, okay, what does those words mean? I eat.
Now you're getting it. Feels good to just admit it, right? How's it not derogatory is the worst response to my question, because the officer ends up telling him that this is a misdemeanor in the state of Florida, and he issues him a court date. So that now means you, or somebody, has to kind of tell me why it's derogatory. Let's start here. Derogatory. Showing a critical or disrespectful attitude. I think what the officer's more so looking for is obscene, of the portrayal or description of sexual matters, offensive or disgusting by accepted standards of morality and decency. Which, once again, I mean, whose standards? Society standards? Let's take a straw poll of what eats ass in the audience, and we'll see what these standards are.
Some 10-year-old little kid sitting in the passenger seat of his mama's vehicle looks over and reads that I eat and asks his mom what it means. How's she gonna explain that?
I don't think there's a whole lot of mystery to this statement. So this is a bit of a weird gray area when it comes to the law and enforcing this. What you deem offensive, others may not. Like, where exactly do we draw the line on the dumb shit that you can put on your car? I mean, I think a clear offense is like just straight up pornography plastered on your trunk. I think we can ticket you for that, but words are a bit more tough, especially with freedom of speech and whatnot. Me personally, the real offenders, people who have those believe bumper stickers that tell us they believe in aliens, I don't think that's a fun enough fact to share. And I don't like that you think it is. Baby on board. I want to know the maniac mid-road rage that is close to plowing through a mall that sees that sticker and thinks, I'll go around. And if we really want to talk about it, can I attach a nice pair of fake nuts to my pickup? Is that a crime? I would think this is far worse than telling everybody you eat a little butt here and there.
If my 6-year-old was to look at me and be like, Dad, what does I eat mean? Okay, I'd be furious, all right?
Fucking stop tailing him then. Daddy, what does I eat ass mean? I feared this day would come. Go around, officer. Why are you behind this car for so long that your 6-year-old in the back in their booster seat is able to read this?
I'm gonna have you take off one of those letters so...
Sure. And that's an order. Is that really the difference maker here? One letter? Come on, dog.
It says I eat. It literally says, all in capital letters, I eat.
All right, we get it, dude. You eat ass. How many times are you gonna tell us?
I eat. That I eat ass says I eat. I eat.
It's one hell of a diet. The Keister Keto Bandit strikes again. I had another line written here saying something like taking bong hits of the large intestine, but I felt like that was a little overkill, so I cut it. I also feel like I've said it before. Something about eating ass just gets my creative juices flowing. So Dylan refuses to take a letter off after he's already been issued a court date. So Officer English phones another officer and he tells him to take him to jail and tow his shit. So Officer English goes up and puts this man in cuffs. And for whatever reason, his mom is driving by at the time of the arrest and she doesn't do anything, but she obviously doesn't agree that her son should be jailed for this stupid sticker. Charges? Resisting an officer? The gall. The gall. Look at the arrest. He just doesn't understand why the hell you're arresting him for like half a second. Is it because he didn't listen to you to take off a letter? Is that resisting? He posted bond, was released, and all charges were eventually dropped. Next arrest. Also, these are all going to be from the My Strange Arrest series, which I've covered multiple episodes of. Let's thank today's sponsor and then get to the rest. Hey, speaking of arrest, you look like you could use one. You need sleep. Listen, I know we're all cool and young and hip and young. I was on vacation recently and I slept so little with so much activity that my body just started giving up on me in the last quarter. I had never missed my bed more, which just so happens to be a Helix mattress. Today's sponsor is Helix Sleep, baby. Listen, I know you're a tough cookie to crack. A Helix mattress can fix you. Bedding customized to fit your needs and conveniently shipped right to your door. The Helix Sleep Quiz matches you to the perfect mattress. And being a side sleeper who prefers medium firm, I was dealt the Midnight Luxe. I've had it for about 3+ years now. It is absolutely my personal mattress. Still looks and feels brand new. I love it and I miss it even right now. Every second I spend away from her is a second wasted. But you know what? Helix has a new mattress topper collection and they so gracefully sent me the Ergo Align mattress topper for more support under the midsection. And since I've been getting the gains in and going to bed sore, it's been a phenomenal addition. It's more firm and just exactly what I need at this point in my life. So I love that they did that for me. Seems like they did it just for me. I've got an exclusive 4th of July partner offer. Just go to helixsleep.com/MistaGG or scan my QR code to get 27% off site-wide. That's helixsleep.com/MistaGG. And thank you, Helix Sleep, for sponsoring this video. This story's dumb. There's a guy making s'mores with his family by his fireplace, and he starts to hear commotion. And he feels like someone's trying to break in, so he calls the cops. They investigate, and they find nothing. My guy brushes it off and says, what are you gonna do? Goes to bed. Then those noises return, and he calls the cops back. And they hear the noise too now, through the wall. So they call the fire department because they don't know what to do. Chief Goldstein pulls up and he makes it sound like he's the first person to try looking up the chimney. You know, where the sound was coming from. Because he says he removes the damper and he's like, oh, I can see feet. Yeah, we should probably get those out of there. Which I'm just bamboozled if he was the first one to think and do that. Either way, we don't really get much here. They just keep spamming random bits of the guy's muffled audio through the edit. It just sounds like tung 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 sahur. They destroy this poor family's living room to get this moron out of the chimney. And Juan, damn it Juan, is taken out of the chimney. He's fine. But then the story just ends. We don't even get a mugshot of the guy, let alone any fucking explanation. We don't know why he did it, how he did it, anything. Also, didn't they say that they had the fireplace on? Were they cooking s'mores and Juan? And Juan! No wonder he kept squirming and shit. He was being burnt slowly. Why was he even trying to be quiet at all? Because he made noise, then apparently stopped when the cops first showed up. You're stuck in a chimney and will die, either by suffocation or by slow bake. That's gotta be worse than being arrested, right? Burglary of a dwelling in the 4th degree, 12 months probation, next arrest. Hey, you ever mow your lawn and think, I should have 17 beers? We've all done it. You hop on your ride-on, reading some of the headphones, Bush Light in your Don't Tread on Me koozie. It's American as apple pie. I prefer apple fritters. They're delicious. That has nothing to do with anything. Just a little fun fact about me. The worst case scenario if you get a little drunk on your mower is that your lawn might end up looking like shit. At least that's what I thought until I met Paul. Manning a John Deere on the highway. Just whipping a JDZ off the Henny. Someone stop that man. Paul is hammered. He gets pulled over and there's really nothing you can say here. Meow? Paul can barely stand. His saliva could probably power that thing another mile. He tells the officer he's drunk straight up. Even drops in, I don't have a license either. You gonna take me to jail or not? But funny enough, cops gotta follow protocol. So he tries to run some sobriety tests. I have to conduct these tests to determine whether or not you're too impaired. I'm on a lawnmower. Mind if I search the vehicle? He tells us that he left his house, but he's heading home. Which, you know, a couple of PBRs will do that to you. I am really curious if this was his actual mode of transportation, like he drove this to the bar. I looked it up and apparently he's gotten multiple DUIs. That's why he doesn't have a license and why he's now a landscaper gone rogue. He's booked, obvious DUI, next arrest. Traffic in Portland is starting to pick up and the people are wondering why. Are there people visiting Portland? Well, what if I told you there was a guy in the crosswalk dressed as a tree, walking very slowly across it? I'm gonna spoil this one quick. He's a performance artist named Asher Woodworth, and this is frankly a fluff for this episode. Listen to his explanation as to why he's in a poor man's ghillie suit.
My intention wasn't really to block traffic. My intention wasn't necessarily to slow anybody down. My intention was simply to walk slowly and to see what happened. My intention wasn't really to block traffic. My intention wasn't necessarily to slow anybody down.
Come on, I gotta get Get to work! Somebody come get food out the fucking street! Jackass!
My intention was simply to walk slowly and to see what happened.
You were gonna slow traffic down! Or become airborne, depends on the driver.
I started beating off the other night. My intention wasn't really to nut. My intention wasn't necessarily to feel pleasure. My intention was simply to rub my meat and see what happens.
Yeah, this guy annoys me. Cops moved him and they gave him a ticket. Next arrest. Florida! At the Animal House Pet Center, animals are starting to go missing, including snakes. Expensive snakes that could go anywhere from $100 to $400. It's a bit of a mystery. They could be escaping, or there could be a very inconspicuous man with rather large jorts trafficking them. Oh, who, me? This is what cartoon thieves do to act natural. My guy got 2 thunder guns on the hip. So he opens the case, steals 2 pythons, and places them in his jorts. Maybe it's a family reunion. How the hell does this work? I'm gonna make the bold assumption that they're outside the underwear. But is there like another layer to the operation that I don't see? How the hell do they stay put? Are they just crotch side? And you're walking goofy as hell out the store to keep them pressed? I'm assuming you got some big ass pockets. Maybe you're reaching through those and just wrangling them through there. Like you're just carrying your nuts. I don't know. But as soon as they see him do it, the owner approaches him and he tells him, "You're not leaving, buddy." He's now taking a snake out and's got it wrapped like brass knuckles. And he tries to fight past his body block. The owner says he got him in a chokehold, but he broke free, which I immediately imagine like a rear naked choke, but I think he meant like the bully headlock where you're primed for a noogie, because if he got so easily free, I mean, the man's got fucking snakes in his shorts. There's no way you weren't able to hold this man down. A slippery one. Also, no offense to this guy, but the show kind of builds him up like he's gonna be the difference maker, the hero of the day. But here's this guy waiting at the register, an active duty Army veteran. Which, salute, thank you for your service. But he just tells us that he steps in asking if they have zip ties to make some cuffs for him, which is super useful, but it looks like he had already been wrestled to the ground before that. And that guy didn't actually do anything. It's the show's fault, because they make him sound like he's gonna come in with a spear, just clothesline him, grab the snakes, throw him back in the cages, but he seemed rather peaceful.
And then we proceeded to take him to the back office and
beat his ass. No. They waited for police. He was arrested. Petty theft, resisting a merchant. This show has made me realize how many made-up laws there are, by the way. 123 days in jail because they thought it was cute. Side note, this looks like a sex shop. From the colors, to the title, to the looking like a sex shop. Next arrest. This one's a bit of a nothing burger to end on. How I long for the days of ass-eating man being treated like a terrorist. A fella breaks the back door into an escape room, which it's not mentioned, but I feel like he had to have some insider information here or some shit, because why rob an escape room? Did he fail one of his attempts and this is vengeance? Like, yeah, they make money like everyone else, but what an odd establishment to choose. So this idiot breaks the doorknob and goes inside. He's in an escape room setup, so it's not the easiest thing to navigate, but he quickly realizes he can't go out the way he came in because he busted the lock. So he's now trapped and must find a way to escape. This one's on the house. Hee hee ha. Laugh. And that's dumb and all, but an honest mistake. You then realize the extent of this man's IQ with his next plan. I still don't even really get it. He calls 911 and tells them, "Someone broke into my house. I'm currently using my work phone because I don't have my cell phone." Now I thought, oh, is he just gonna send the cops there to let him out and pretend to be the owner of the store or some shit? That's not gonna work. But no, even better. He gives them what I can only assume is a phony address or someone's address he knows, but he purposely kind of messes it up so his friend Joe doesn't get shot. He's trying to send them to some mobile home park, but the operator tells him that address isn't popping up. And just listen to this man's confidence in his own plan.
The address you're giving me isn't showing up on our maps. Is there a name of the place?
Mobile Home Park, Space 21. I don't know.
Okay, if you don't know where you live, how are we supposed to figure it out?
It's okay. I'll find my phone.
So, hello?
He hangs up on dispatch after telling them there was a crime committed and I need help. Never mind, I'll find my phone. Was that the issue? Was that the focus of the burglary? I don't know what was going through the guy's head. Was that, like, did you expect the operator to turn over and be like, never mind, he's got it. He's gonna find his phone. I guess the whole phone dilemma was to make them think his phone got robbed in the burglary, so he then drove to his work to use his work phone to call 911. And when asked where he lives, He says, I don't know. So the cops track the location of his call and see he's at the escape room, so they send police there. He keeps messing with the door and eventually gets it open. But right when police show up and see him suspiciously lurking the area, this guy stinks. He apparently also accidentally drops a phone, which is a phone he stole from the employees. Judging by this man's IQ, I'm assuming he just really hated places where you had to think. Burglary, malicious mischief, theft. 4 months in jail. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you liked it. Subscribe because I have more content coming your way. Gamer subs, code Mista GG, 10% off. Shout out to my lovely patrons. They're great. Get monthly exclusives. And as always, I am Mista GG and I am out.